Welcome back. So the cues are positive and we're just about 60 points away from the next milestone. That's the implied open. Tells us that that gap could take us closer to the level of 26,000 on the Nifty. So, of course, we have our eye on the overall market, but also individual stocks. And for that, as always, our team is standing by with the CNBC-TV18 list of top stocks to watch. Let's kick it off with Bharti Airtel. Vamakshi is watching out for this one. Vamakshi, morning. What's the news?
Well, good morning, Surbi. Bharti Airtel will be in focus today, and on the positive side, and that is because the company has erected 1,700 towers in 7 months. Now, roughly, this pace equates to nearly 8+ new towers added daily in Gujarat. And in fact, with this, they've bolstered their network infrastructure across the state of Gujarat. They will be expanding its coverage to 7,000 villages across the state, and they aim to reach nearly 5 million+ people in Gujarat. So this bodes well for Bharti Airtel, both in terms of subscriber addition as well as some bit of positive could come in as far as the market share is concerned.
Okay, all right, Vamakshi, thanks a lot for that. Well, let's move on to Vivek, who's here to tell us about PNB's QIP. Morning, Vivek.
Well, good morning. That's right, a very important development as far as PNB is concerned. So yesterday, the bank launched a QIP, and this particular fundraise they're looking to raise close to 5,000 crore rupees. The base size of the issue is 2,500 crore, and the upsize option is another 2,500 crore. Now, when you're talking about the indicative issue price, it is seen at close to 103.75 rupees a share, almost a 7% discount to the current market price. And if you take into consideration the upsize option, it's almost a 4.5% equity dilution from the current equity base. Now, what is it that the company is raising funds for? Number one, to augment the Tier 1 capital, and number two, for growth capital. So watch out for PNB, given the fact that it's at a slight discount. Expect the opening to be in the mild red.
Okay. All right, Vivek, thank you very much for that. Let's talk about more stocks with Newsflow. Vamakshi is here with those. Vamakshi, morning.
Well, good morning, Prashant. Let me first start off with Firstsource Solutions. Its arm, Firstsource Solutions UK, will be acquiring 100% stake in Ascensos, and this is for a consideration of nearly 42 million GBP, or roughly around 468 crores. Now, keep in mind that Ascensos generated a turnover of 64.1 million GBP in 2023, which roughly puts the price-to-sales ratio at 0.66 times. This acquisition will allow the company to expand into retail verticals, strengthen its nearshore, as well as multilingual capabilities. Keep in mind that the retail and CPG BPO market is a $20 billion opportunity globally, as far as the company has said, and given those details, expect the stock to open higher. Spandana Sphoorty, on the other hand, is expected to be under a bit of a pressure today. They have undertaken sale of the stressed loan portfolio with an outstanding value of 304 odd crores to an ARC. Now, this is for a consideration amounting to 16.74 crores on security receipts consideration basis. Now, the ARC has subscribed to 91.5% of its security receipts, which would amount to 15.32 crores, while Spandana has subscribed to 8.5% of security receipts and amounting to nearly 1.42 crores. This deal will definitely help the company clear its book, but on the other hand, they're getting in very little as far as the overall asset value is concerned. That is the reason why I'm going with the red for Spandana Sphoorty. And lastly, let's watch out for Pondy Oxides. They are looking to raise up to 250 crore via QIP in one or more tranches, and they've also determined October 16th as a record day for a stock split of 1:2. So going with the green for Pondy Oxides.
All right, got it. Thanks so much for all of those names. Vivek is watching out for some more stocks, including, I think, Reliance Power. So much news flow, Vivek, right, on Reliance Infra Power on a daily basis suddenly. Tell us what's the latest.
Well, that's right. All three of the companies, have reduced debt significantly and also announced significant fundraising plans. So Reliance Power has joined, the fundraising bandwagon. What's actually happening is a preferential issue. Companies raising a little over 1,500 crore rupees at 33 rupees a share, and they're issuing close to 42.6 crore shares. Who are the investors? Reliance Infrastructure, Autumn Investment, as well as Sanatan Financial Advisory Services. The preferential issue will enhance the net, worth of the company, and there will be zero bank debt as far as Reliance Power is concerned. What is it that they're raising funds for? For utilization and expansion of business operations. They also want to enter renewable energy and debt reduction as well. Now, talking about GR Infra, the company has emerged as the lowest bidder in a tender invited by the Maharashtra Metro Rail Corporation. Bid value of a little over 900 crores, and the EPC construction mode is what this particular bid will be done for. Total construction period of close to 30 months.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot for that, Vivek. Well, let's hop across to Vinny. She's here to tell us about some more stocks and news. Morning, Vinny.
Good morning. So I'm keeping 3 stocks on the radar. We'll start with AstraZeneca. A positive move is what we're expecting. Now, the company has received the approval from the Central Drug Regulator. That's the Central Drug Standard Control Organization. And this is for a cancer drug. So very important one, especially the launch will be happening in India. So keeping an eye on that one. We also have Thangamalai Jewelry that is in focus. Now, the board is going to be meeting on 26th of September. They are going to be considering some fundraising plan. And this could be via some equity shares or bonds or something like a QIP that we're watching out for. So important for Thangamalai Jewelry. Lastly, we have Senco Gold that's also in focus on the back of a block deal. We're expecting a bit of a positive move because ICICI Prudential has actually bought 4.9 lakh shares in the company. Now, the seller of this is Oman India Joint Investment Fund. They have sold around 5 lakh shares, around 5.9 lakh shares. That's reducing their stake from 2% approximately to 1.27%. Slight bit of a reduction there, but surely had got the demand coming in from ICICI Pru, so positive expected for Senco Gold.
All right, got that. Thank you very much, Vinny, for that. So let's quickly recap all the stocks in the news today. The ones that have positive news flow around them are Bharti Airtel, Firstsource Solutions, Sphoorty Oxides, Reliance Power, GR Infra, AstraZeneca Pharma, Thangamalai Jewelry, and Senco Gold. The ones that have some negative news flow around them are PNB and Spandana Sphoorty. So that's our top 10 list for the morning. Let's move on now to commodities. We have Manisha joining in with all the action. Manisha, good morning. So, with the kind of headlines we're getting from Lebanon, you would expect a sort of a major risk premium on commodities. But I don't know, I guess oil isn't reacting that much, at least as of now, right?
Well, yeah, it isn't. But, we've seen 4% of gains in crude oil prices in the previous week. And after all that volatile move that we have seen, the crude is holding around those levels of $75 a barrel right now. The conflict between Israel and Hezbollah is something that the markets are keeping an eye on. But remember, all said and done, and with all of this conflict and violence, not one barrel of crude production has been impacted yet. And that is what the markets clearly are reading very closely with. In the meanwhile, we also are looking at a second major hurricane in 2 weeks forming in Gulf of Mexico. Now, that is something that could keep the prices on the higher side. And then again, the speculative net long positions have improved at lower levels. So there is some entry that the money managers have made at crude oil prices around $70 or so. And we've seen 28,000 lots being bought yet again in the previous week. So these are some numbers still in the developing stage. But the escalation in violence and the geopolitical tensions have been supportive of gold, holding at around $26-30 an ounce, which is an all-time high for those prices. Silver continues to gain as well. And in the base metal prices also, there are speculative long activities being improved. So whether it's copper, aluminum, zinc, we have seen new net longs being added into this one. Most of the base metal prices also in the Asian market seem to be trading in positive right now.
All right, Manisha, thank you very much for that. So commodities very much in the focus with some announcements coming in from China this morning as well. We'll take a break. We're back. Amnish Agarwal, Head of Research at Prabhudas Lilladher, will be joining in with some specific stock discussion. Stay tuned.